McCarthy walks the plank. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. The government shutdown clock is once again ticking. Lawmakers now have just 25 days to reach a deal to fund the federal government. But with extreme Republicans controlling the House of Representatives, the prospect of an agreement being reached by the September 30th deadline looks far from certain. While House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is urging his Republican colleagues to back a short-term spending deal, so far the far-right members of his caucus have balked. They are demanding massive spending cuts, policy changes regarding border security, and the defunding of prosecutors who have criminally indicted Donald Trump in exchange for their votes. So you might be thinking, why doesn't McCarthy just go around these 20 or so extreme members of his caucus and cut a deal with House Democrats? Well, the problem for McCarthy is that his speakership is now at risk. According to CNN, those far-right Republicans, who represent around 10% of the House GOP caucus, are threatening to remove McCarthy as Speaker if he makes a deal with Democrats on funding the government. And under House rules approved by Republicans in January, only one member of Congress is needed to bring a motion to vacate, which forces a vote on removing the Speaker. And that vote on potentially removing McCarthy as Speaker would need just a simple majority of the entire House to pass. So with the prospect of being ousted as Speaker over a simple funding bill, McCarthy is now scrambling. The 58-year-old Californian going on Fox to argue that if the government shuts down, Republicans will not be able to continue their investigations into the Biden administration. Those preposterous investigations have been the primary work of House Republicans since they gained the majority. They have literally done nothing else. The members most passionate about impeaching President Biden? The same extreme Republicans who don't want to fund the government. McCarthy betting that their desire to charge President Biden with high crimes and misdemeanors will outweigh their resistance to voting to fund the government. But will McCarthy's bet be proven correct? That is far from certain. But what we do know is that Speaker McCarthy has now angered moderate House Republicans by signaling his openness to impeaching President Biden. McCarthy explicitly telling Fox host and conspiracy theorist Maria Bartiromo he sees an impeachment inquiry of Biden as a, quote, natural step forward. Of course, Republicans have provided no evidence that Biden has ever done anything illegal or anything rising to an impeachable offense, despite their multi-year, multi-pronged investigation of Biden and his family. And this reality makes moderate Republicans exasperated with their far-right colleagues, and now McCarthy, because they know that their centrist constituents will vote them out of office if they appear to be, in any way, involved with a baseless political impeachment. 2024 should be the Republicans' year. President Biden is deeply unpopular, and a large majority of Americans disapprove of his handling of the economy and inflation. But because a small minority of extreme Republicans control the House, and seemingly all of D.C., Republicans appear to be throwing away their almost guaranteed 2024 election gains. Defunding the government has been proven time and time again to be extremely unpopular with Americans of all political stripes. And impeaching a president for pure political gain has also been shown to not be a winner with voters. Just ask former Republican House Speaker Newt Gingrich, who led the successful impeachment of President Bill Clinton that spectacularly backfired on Republicans when Democrats went on to gain seats in the House in the next election. So will there be a deal to fund the government by the end of September? That is entirely unknown. But it is certainly in the interest of Republicans if they hope to expand their majorities next year. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe and join me tomorrow for more.